I'm Anna Trippinell. Thank you for joining. For discussion today, what does the IPCC's synthesis report, released on Monday, the 20th of March 2023, say, and why does it matter? First, a bit of context. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the IPCC, is the body of leading climate experts and scientists from around the world. The IPCC produces reports around every 7 years as part of what we call assessments. This report, released on Monday, is a culmination of all of the work conducted as part of the entity's 6 assessments. The next one will be in 2030. Suffice to say that this report is a big deal. So what are the key findings? When it comes to global warming, we as humans, through the greenhouse gases that we have been emitting, have caused global warming. According to the world's leading scientists, this connection between human activities on the one hand and global warming on the other is unequivocal. The scientists point the finger to unsustainable energy use and land use change, lifestyles and patterns of consumption and production. In fact, we have warmed the planet by 1.1 degrees Celsius when compared to the pre-industrial era before 1850. When it comes to the threat of global warming, the world scientists don't mince their words. Climate change is, and I quote, a threat to human well-being and planetary health. There is a rapidly closing window of opportunity to secure a livable and sustainable future for all. In other words, climate change will be our downfall and threatens our very survival unless we can take bold and ambitious actions now. What kinds of actions? The IPCC discusses mitigation and adaptation. When it comes to mitigation, we need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. These reductions need to be deep, rapid, sustained, and immediate. We can reach net zero by 2050 if we do this. We can't if we don't. If we look at the climate plans put together by governments, their nationally determined contributions, then we are way off. In the scientists' words, we will reach 1.5 degrees already in the near term. For instance, we can't stay within 1.5 degrees if we burn up our existing fossil fuel. To keep within the 1.5 degrees Celsius limit, we need to reduce emissions by at least 43%, close to 50% by 2030 compared to 2019, and by at least 60% by 2035. We also need accelerated adaptation, which means taking actions now to adjust to the warming climate that is inevitable. Mitigation and adaptation are linked. The more global warming there is, the less feasible and effective adaptation options will become. What are the kinds of impacts the scientists speak about? Well, first, the question, of course, of human survival. The IPCC also lists a wide range of adverse impacts that are caused by climate change. And these impacts have already started and will accelerate with time. For instance, when it comes to health and well-being of people, we will see an increase in infectious diseases, heat stress, malnutrition and harm from wildfire, mental health challenges, and impacts resulting from displacement. When it comes to the reduction in water availability, we'll see impacts on animals, on fisheries, on agriculture, and of course us as humans. The higher the warming, the greater the impacts. In fact, this high warming may lead to abrupt and irreversible change. We may trigger events that are viewed now as not very likely, but that are significantly damaging to the planet and to people on it. The scientists highlight the connection between climate change and other risks that are unrelated to the climate, which will increasingly interact and create compound and cascading risks that are more and more complex and difficult to manage. Of course, beyond impacts on people and planet, there will be business impacts. This delay in mitigation and adaptation actions will lock in high emissions infrastructure, will raise the risks of stranded assets and escalate costs, and will reduce the feasibility of these actions and increase, of course, loss and damages. So what's next? The IPCC underscores the need for rapid and far-reaching transitions across all sectors and all systems. These system transitions involve a significant upscaling of a wide portfolio of mitigation and adaptation actions. The IPCC discusses the need for greater political commitment, stronger and better aligned governance, institutional frameworks, laws, policies and strategies. We'll need more money behind us and we'll need to enhance technology. Last but not least, the IPCC places a strong emphasis on prioritising equity, climate justice, social justice, inclusion and just transition processes. To conclude, the choices and the actions implemented in this decade will have impacts now and for thousands of years. These are words from the scientists. The current and future generations' lives depend on actions we take now. So let's get to work. Thank you for watching. See you next time.